Okay, let me just get situated here. It is currently 8:22 p.m. I am in New Jersey in a hotel room, as you can see, traveling with the Gopher men's basketball team. And I thought, you know what? What better time than now to talk about my 5 tips about traveling with a sports team as a creative. So let's just get right into it. Number 1, which is honestly pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes honestly I even forget this. Charge your phone and make sure you charge your batteries for your camera. When you're traveling with the team, you're more than likely going to be asked to take pictures or create some sort of cinematic travel video. So make sure that all of those things are charged and just ready to go the night before. Now, tip number 2 is pack light. The only things that I bring on a road trip, at least for basketball, is a Sony FX3 and 2 lenses, my 24-70 and 70-200. I'm not bringing a cage of some sort or a gimbal. It's just too much to carry around, and trust me, you will thank yourself in the long run if you only have 3 things to worry about. Also, when it comes to clothes, don't overpack clothes. I keep all of my stuff in one bag, and make sure you don't forget your toothbrush. Moving right along to tip number 3, know where to sit on the bus or plane. The worst thing that you could do if you're traveling for the very first time with this team is to sit right next to the head coach or the players or anywhere that you're not supposed to be. It sounds kind of harsh, but creatives or videographers, photographers, they're considered to be non-essential staff. Personally, I don't really like that term because it just makes us sound like we don't really matter. I don't know, I don't make the rules. But at least for us, we sit in the back of the plane. I honestly just go as far back as I can just so I don't cause any problems that I don't intend to, make. So that's tip number 3, just know where you're supposed to go. Which is also a great segue into tip number 4, which is be early to everything. Before you leave, you should also make sure that you get an itinerary or a plan of everything where the players, the coaches, the team is supposed to be. Make sure you show up at least 10 to 15 minutes before every single time that's listed. The worst thing that the team could do is sit there on the bus or plane and wait for the camera guy because you overslept or you didn't read the itinerary. Now you're the last person getting on the plane or bus and everybody's looking at you, and guess who's not coming on the next road trip? And so my 5th and final tip when it comes to traveling with a sports team is make sure that when you leave the hotel for the game, you grab everything. Camera, lens, battery, clothes, your dirty underwear that's in the corner. You do not come back to the hotel after the game. Let's just say your keys fall out of your bag and you get a call from the hotel saying, hey, we have your keys. This actually happened to me last week. Do not do that. Make sure you double check everything, triple check if you have to. At the end of the day, traveling with the team is a privilege. You're not a player, you're not a coach. Most of the time, you're not even considered to be a part of the team. It sounds really harsh, but if this is what you want to do, you cannot think that traveling with the team is about you. Nobody's going to be there to make sure and check that you're on time for everything. Your supervisor or the coach or anybody isn't really going to want to tell you because it's not their job. It's your job to make sure that you're showing up on time, doing what you're supposed to do, and not forgetting your keys at the hotel. So those are my 5 tips. I hope you find this helpful. If you traveled with the team before and you can think of any other tips, leave them in the comments. But anyway, thank you for your support. Even a little bit goes a long ways, and I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.